Buddy, what stood out to you about this group a weekend at camp?
These guys getting after it, competing, uh, just coming here, that's learning and it's getting better as a group, learning each other, learning the feel for the game, learning offense, being in the right spots of defense, communicating, doing a little stuff in training camp, trying to sharpen our stuff before we get ready for games and preseason to see where we're at and finding ways where we can get better at. And I think coach and coaching staff doing a great job of getting us in great situations and for us to be the better defensive team and how we can move the ball and share the ball together and play for each other on offense.
You played with Tyrese your whole career. How do you feel like he's kind of stepped up now that he's in more of a leadership role this first week of camp?
It's tough, but as a basketball player, doesn't matter young or not, he just go there and compete, and he's doing a great job of just using his voice and being vocal and being what a point guard should do. And if you're the point guard, the voice needs to be heard, and his voice has been heard in key training camp so far.
You notice any big improvements from him this year?
From his voice. Voice, he can play basketball, he knows how to read the game, he knows how to play, but his voice changed coming to training camp, so that's growth, maturing, and as time goes on, he keeps getting better and better, and we keep following.
I'm curious, as you remember the offense or the plays that were implemented when you joined last February to what's going in now, major differences or a lot of the same concepts that you had last season?
I think more detailed, getting detailed and how we came in second half of the season. We didn't get in the flow, so now in training camp we get in the flow and see how things are detailed and see what they really want on offense, and that's how we can pick and choose for the squad and just utilizing all the options we have in offense.
T.J. McConnell wasn't healthy for much of that time you were here. Miles wasn't at all. What have you noticed about those two vets?
Miles had a great day yesterday. TJ's been standing out all to camp. He has a skill and he plays hard, and that's the energies unmatched, and that's something you can't teach. And that's as a veteran, as a leader on this team, he sets the tone defensively for us in practice, and he changed the game like that too. So TJ's been great all camp, and hats off to him.
You mentioned Tyrese's voice. Are you trying to make your voice heard quite a bit here in camp?
Just being there for the young guys and just doing my job, and just being myself, as being 7 years in the league, and you're a bunch of young guys, other voices need to be heard too. So you gotta pitch in when you can pitch in, and just be a leader and set example.
What advice have you had for those young guys?
Just stay consistent, man. Training camps, it comes at you so fast, you're trying to figure out what you're doing, and some days you're lost, some days you're not lost, some days you have a great day, and you think that you belong in the league and you're gonna be all-star. Just you get prepared for the worst days in training camp, and everything doesn't happen how you want to. You just gotta keep grinding, keep trusting, watching film, learn from the vets, learn from the coaches, and stay at it and keep working your game each and every day.
Is there anything you remember from when you were first entering the league that was hard for you that you thought of with these guys?
Yeah, adjusting to the physicality and waiting your turn to get on the court, all that type of stuff, and just having fun, communicating, knowing when you're beating the MIG and the low, and when the X out, it's a lot coming at you, man. And it's always next man up mentality in the league. You know how it is. So you got to be ready, and like I said, you got to do more studying, watching film, and go to coaches, and find that coach can put you in your rings, or that player or that veteran put you in the rings and help you and guide you through training camp. It's tough.
With games coming up, do you prep specifically for opponents in preseason, or do you guys try to iron out the things you want to do ahead of those games?
We will have a good idea of the opponent we're facing. We will talk a little bit about prep for that opponent, but we're mostly concentrating on ourselves the first couple games. So it's a close study of ourselves, and this is a time to look at things, make adjustments, coach guys up more if needed, and so on.
Buddy was just talking about how Tyrese is using his voice more as he kind of grows into a leader. Have you noticed that, and how do you feel like that's impacted the team through this first week of camp?
Well, we hear Ty and Buddy's voices a lot together, and but Ty's the leader of this team, and in many ways he's the leader of this franchise on the floor, and so it's essential that his voice is strong and purposeful, and it is, and it has been, and he's he's making all the needed adjustments as he goes along here to be the leader of this team.
Have you brought officials in yet for practice?
We do it internally. We have guys that do a good job, and know how we want the scrimmages officiated.
The two local guys or like staff?
2 guys on staff.
Does practice change as you get closer to a game, or are you still in like the training camp mode that is focusing toward the regular season?
Practice changes every day. It's going to change a little bit every day at least. And tomorrow we've gone through 6 hard days. Tomorrow we'll taper back a little bit, but we're going to make sure that we're doing things aggressively and in an animated fashion to be ready to play. I mean, the first preseason game is, that's where you flick the switch and the season's on. So, and with only 4 of them, we're not easing into it. We're gonna play our guys, and we'll play to win. I don't know if we will win, but we will approach it that way.
Rick, with head of the Coaches Association, you've got the coaching interns out here just watching. What do you ask of them and expect of them as you help develop them in their careers? Because they're very involved every day in practice.
They certainly are, and technically they're our basketball interns, and so they're learning a lot about the coaching side, because part of their duties is they do a pretty significant amount of video work, so they get to study things on video. They're editing down scouting films and doing a lot of those things. And I think 4 out of our 5 guys last year were able to leave our program and become gainfully employed somehow in the coaching profession. We had one kid, Bryce, who got a full-time coaching job in Germany, and 3 of the others hooked on with various NBA teams in either player development or video capacity. So, it's a strong program. These guys learn a lot. They do a lot. A lot's expected, and they're on the floor a lot. They do a lot of stuff with us in simulation. A lot of times they're on defense. A lot of times they're on offense. They got to be in shape. They got to take care of their bodies because, in a sense, they're like NBA players. I mean, they're out on the floor doing things with NBA players like every day. So it's a demanding job, but we find guys that love it and love that challenge, and we've had very good people.
Now that you're like a weekend, you feel more settled? Do you understand the routine a little bit better of these training camp practices?
Yeah, for sure. It's been great. Good week of being competitive, having a lot of fun, going up and down with the guys, and getting used to the NBA lifestyle.
How much are you looking forward to Wednesday to actually playing in a game?
I'm really excited. My first real NBA game, even though it's only preseason. But for me, it's like a real game. I'm stepping on the court like it was a real game, and I'm looking forward to having great moments with my teammates.
Talking to Langston yesterday, he was talking about the advice he gave the young guys about like spending your money in apartments and things like that. What's been the advice on stuff like being in the NBA off the court, that larger kind of different life that you have now?
For me, pretty much, I have more free time than I thought, so I'm looking forward to, like, for me, a thing for me was to learn a new language, but I want to start, start investing in, apartments and some other stuff. So, it gave me some advice on where I should start, and,
How does this, you've obviously moved around a lot, Mexico, Arizona, how does this compare to those experiences? Easier, harder than some of your other big moves?
I would say it's pretty different, compared to, obviously high school and college. But, in the NBA, everybody is good. Everybody's competing for a job, and, everybody's coming to work 100% every day. So you got to make sure you just step on the court like it was, last time playing, and you're 100%.
with having more free time? Is it nice not being a college student anymore and this just being your full-time job?
I actually love school. No, I'm just playing. But I mean, it's great. You know, I got the opportunity to play basketball for a living now. Um, I got plans in the future to keep taking classes, but now, you know, I think it's time for me to focus on basketball.
Did you feel like you had an off season? I mean, you pre-draft workouts, summer league. You came here and kind of kept going. Was August the break for you, or and along those same lines, does it feel like you're in good shape? You didn't have to get in shape at training camp.
Sure. Like you said, I mean, my break was basically after summer league. You know, I went back home a little bit, spent time with family and friends, and you know, came back to work. You know, I was a week off, and then came back to work.
But does that help you in these training camp practices? Maybe there's some guys that are getting into shape, and you feel like you're already there.
For sure. I think coming off of summer league, I was already in shape, so it hasn't been a big change for me just to come back and being in shape already with the other guys.
What teammates have been most helpful for you personally adjusting on the court?
Pretty much, you know, the wings like Chris Duarte and Buddy Hield. You know, I feel like they've been, you know, we were like the same kind of players. So they've helped me a lot. They've helped me a lot. You know, telling me what stuff I'm gonna have to do during the season and stuff.
Terry, what stands out to you as one of the returning players about this year's team compared to last year? Who are we thinking?
The focus is more on defense. There's just a lot of energy. You know, the ball moves more, we're playing faster. The team's more athletic, so I think that's what stands out to me the most.
We were asking you last year about your natural position because you were playing the 5 a lot. This year in camp, where have you kind of slotted in more, and what lineups have been good for you with this team?
You know, I just go wherever they put me. I've been at the 4 mainly right now, but you know, it doesn't really matter where I'm at. I just go out and make the plays and just do what I need to do for my team.
How much do you feel like the defensive focus this first week has helped you guys as a team?
I think it's helped us a lot. It's going to show us that defense is going to win games, and that's where we need to shore up things. The offense is going to come and go, but defense needs to be there all the time.
What have you thought of the rookies so far who are going through their first game for the first time? Giving them any advice doing that last year?
Yeah, especially Kendall, because Kendall's going through like the same thing I went through, especially being a two-way. So, you know, there's going to be some ups and downs, and I'm just trying to tell him the things I went through, so he'll be more prepared than I was.
Terry, you shot 3 a little bit last year. It seems like you're shooting it more. And did you work on that a lot this summer?
Yes. I'm trying to make the game easier for Tyrese and them, and you know, expand my game a little more, so keep the defense honest and whatnot. And I know that was a point of emphasis that I need to work on this year. So I've been working with Coach Jenny and even my trainers back at home or wherever I'm at. I made that emphasis that I need to work on catch and shoot threes or just move threes on the move.
What is the advice you had for Kendall being on a two-way?
There's gonna be a lot of ups and downs. Like you gotta roll with the punches. You know what I mean? Like some days you're gonna be with us and you're not gonna play, and you just gotta be professional and just keep working and keep learning and just keep going through the grind. And then you'll go to the G League and you'll play, and then next thing you know, you gotta get a call and you gotta come with the Pacers. So I told him there's gonna be a lot of that, and he just gotta stick through it. And if he got any questions about it, like I'll be there to answer him.
Carry any of that mentality from last year when you were trying to prove yourself with you now that you got maybe a little more security, but still plenty to prove?
There ain't no security. Anything can happen. I'm still gonna be here to work and still show that I belong here, and that the Pacers didn't make a mistake of keeping me and giving me a contract.
Thanks, Tim.
All right.